Yo, what's up, squad? It's your boy Vusimax back at it with another one. And I don't know, but today I look pale. That's what it is. So listen, welcome to Supreme Trader. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I got the vibes, I got the charts. We're getting the bag, right? So in today's video, I got the analysis video for you guys. And I really try my best to not keep it too long because I want it to be like easy for you to like analyze it and imply it, like analyze everything on your charts, right? So just give me feedback if you like the video, comment and let me know what's the vibes, right? I got a couple of charts. I got USD, I got the EURUSD, I got the New Zealand dollar USD, I got the USDCAD, I got the GBPUSD, right? I almost included the USD but I think that one I need to see the market open first, and then I'm gonna drop another one in the week because it's not a chart that we're even gonna open on Monday or anything like that. So just stay tuned, watch the whole video, and if you like what I'm doing for you guys, just let me know. Like I said, like the video. Also pay attention now. I got a WhatsApp group where I basically it's a free WhatsApp group, right? It's a free WhatsApp group. Like the link is gonna be in the description box below, and the first comment in the video, that's the pinned comment, that's gonna be the link to the WhatsApp group. It's a free group. Like I send everything that I analyze I send it to that group, right? It's not a group where everybody interacts with everybody because I just want to get rid of the noise. It's a group where I can directly help you, and if you want to like reach me anyhow or anytime, you can just like personal message me from there. So just check the link out, and that's gonna be there. Let's go.
Juki got the sauce, bitch.
Alright fam, so we're gonna kickstart this analysis by looking at the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, which is the NZDUSD, starting from the weekly time frame. So this chart is important on the weekly time frame because we need to understand what's going on with the trend line that it's highlighted for you guys there, right? So we do see that clearly this market has been in a downtrend ever since. Let's basically look at what's happening with the price starting from where the trend line started. So ever since the market, like the price made this high there, which was a peak, all the highs that were following were lower than the previous one. So this one was lower than this one, then the following ones were getting lower and lower and lower. But we do see a relationship with the lows also, because the lows are also getting lower, right? So the lows are getting lower and the highs are getting lower also. So this means that we can sell into strength with this kind of markets by looking at where every time the market or the price makes contact with the trend line, that's where we want to enter into the market. So with this chart here, I'm really looking at this chart, waiting to see what's going to happen as soon as we make contact with the trend line there. And obviously we're looking at it from a higher time frame, so maybe if we go to the daily time frame, we might see something. And obviously, like, I wouldn't want anybody to open a trade using their weekly time frame and stuff like that, so you would have to look at the daily time frame, right? So looking at the daily time frame right now, we do see all of the movement that's been happening there, and obviously now we can kind of like zoom in so that the whole chart is clear, right? So what we want to do now is every time the market makes contact with the chart, right, that's the movement with the trend. That's where we want to catch the waves. That's where we want to sell, right? We can also buy as we get those little kind of like uptrends, but those, it's important to know that even if you spot an uptrend in the H4 or H1 or whatever, it is within a downtrend, right? So as long as you have that kind of awareness, then I wouldn't really knock your game for selling or buying. I mean, buying even when it's a downtrend and stuff like that, because there are those little trends within a trend, right? But the only thing that you need to know is they won't last as long as the trends on the higher time frame, right? So what's been going on here according to our trend that we've looked at, it's this has been a reversal the whole time, and unless we make a break, unless the price breaks above this trend line that's in black, and then we see the price go back up, and then that's the only time where we can consider the trend to like be invalid. But for as long as the price is operating underneath the trend line that we've drawn, then we do know that it's a downtrend, right? So every time the market makes a reversal against the trend, we need to draw a line to show that this zone is basically where the reversal has been happening, right? So I'm gonna draw the line right now. This is our trend line at the moment. This is our reversal line. This is what I meant to say, right? So our reversal line is looking like this, and we do know that as soon as the market crosses this line right there, right, then we can kind of like sell, and that's going to be kind of a long-term trade, because like it takes a whole lot of days, because we're in a daily chart. It takes a whole lot of days for the price to come back to make a lower low and stuff like that, right? So I want you to have this chart and analyze it the way that I'm analyzing it. Excuse me, guys, I have a really weird nose right now. I don't know what's going on, but I hope I'm not catching a cold, right? So what I was saying is I'm seeing the highs were kind of like having a pattern there, so I'm just gonna draw a trend line to kind of see if that is also valid, Alright, so this is what I'm telling you guys about. Like I saw I drew the reversal line like I did right there, and then after taking like a look at the movement that we kind of been having there, I kind of saw a relationship between the highs that we're having there in the reversal. So we're having this high and a higher high and another higher high there, and then instead of like maybe breaking out and pushing downwards here, we kind of like had a break out to the upside, right? So we had a breakout to the upside, but the only thing that's gonna limit this chart is that major trend line that we have there. So what I want you to do and what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I start to see basically any bearish action there at the top, right? As soon as I see a rejection candlestick or a pin bar or anything like that, then I'm gonna open a sell, right? And then I'm gonna sell and basically observe what the price is gonna be doing until it comes back to this line, right? And then we might see like a little bit of a struggle, and then we might break again, and then we might see a breakout again there. So depending on how the market reacts here, that's either gonna be my signal to kind of close the profit that I would have made from up there to down there. But if we do start to see momentum again, then like I'm really gonna be open-minded with this one, right? And I really don't think with this one you need to go to the H4 time frame and stuff like that, because we can basically see that like with how the market behaves when it gets to the trend line, just like it did there. The only thing you would need to use as a signal is a bearish candlestick. That's the only thing, or a pin bar, or any form of rejection pattern in a candlestick. So that's the only thing that I'm gonna look at on the daily time frame. I'm not gonna look for rejections on the H4 and open too soon, or on the H1, because I don't want to open this trade prematurely. I want to open after a whole daily candlestick rejection, right? So that's what's going on with the New Zealand dollar. It's looking good the way I'm seeing it. And listen, I'm ready for a bag. I'm ready for a whole bag. So I want you to be also ready for that. Let's go to the next one, fam. So this is the United States. No, this is the Euro USD, right? So with the Euro USD, basically what had happened last week was we kind of opened this trade they at a breakout of the reversal line, because we saw a rising channel, and then like as soon as we saw a breakout of like we kind of thought that we might see a rejection there at the at the resistance zone. But because of the whole political thing that's going on in the States, like it was to be expected to see the price break out and to see the dollar lose some value, and the euro to gain strength against it, right? So we bought as a whole group, and then we made money on that. But then now I want to show you guys what's happening like in a long term, not just the political side. Like, because basically last week what we did is we traded this fundamentally. So now let's go back to the technical side of this, right? Alright, guys, so this is what I wanted to show you that's been happening there. And listen, guys, I know like looking at this chart, you might like see a whole lot of things happening, but that just comes with the territory of like trading forex, because you don't want to get rid of past data. We don't know if all of this that we've done, like we don't know if all this analysis we've done last week might impact the price again if we do see the price go low again. So it wouldn't really make sense to like remove all of this and all this analysis that we had done, right? So listen, pay attention. I want you to draw this trend line starting from the 22nd of October 2019 on a daily time frame, and then you're gonna connect it with this high, right? So we know that our trend line, or when you draw trend lines, the only thing that you need to know that's like a rule of thumb is you don't want to draw a trend line that only made contact with the chart like once. Anything more than two times is good. So we know here it's like one time here because the trend line started there, so we can't really count this as a contact point. So this was a contact point, and then the price kind of break out there, ne? Kind of break out and came back below again, so it kind of interrupted this trend line. But what we see now here is that this trend line was valid, and this is the second time the market made contact with this trend line and respected it. So what does this mean now, right? So what this means now, guys, is basically this is a rejection candlestick, because there wasn't enough strength to really like break above that. So depending on how the market opens, I'm gonna be selling this one, but I'm gonna sell very lightly, right? And then I'm gonna have the TP at the end of this, the SL at the end of this week, this candlestick week right there. So that's why I'm gonna have the SL, and the TP I'm looking to take anywhere around this what do you call this resistance zone and this trend line. I'm just gonna extend the trend line like this, so that we know that if the price decides to move a bit sideways, we can still like have that ability to see where the price might retrace again and stuff like that. So this is looking like a sell. I'm gonna be selling down all the way down back to the resistance zone or the trend line zone, right? So I want you to also do that. This isn't going to be like too hectic, because you can already see like the rejection that I was telling you guys in the previous chart. So this is how it looks, and it's important to also take note that when you analyze the market, don't just analyze for the past decade or the past 30 years of whatever number of years if it has nothing to do with where the price is at. Because you see, I have a trend line from back at March, not much. I have a trend line for back at October last year, but the price on Friday still made contact with that trend line. So this is what I'm really trying to get across to you guys, that the analysis only matters if it has any relation to the current market price. If it doesn't, then you just like playing. You just kind of like using the market as a game. You just like analyzing for fun and not for money. So I just like to get paid for the work that I put in. So if that's what you're about also, then just follow along this trade with me, right? So let's go to the next chart. So we're gonna look at the GBPUSD again, and I'm gonna just remove this trend line because it really didn't, the market didn't play according to that. Right, so let's go to the H4 time frame so I can show you what like really happened with this chart. We had analyzed this chart, and the price was really like down here last week, right? And then we thought that we might still have a breakdown. If the price fails to break out of this trend line, we might see the price go back down again. But the price did, as you can see, the price kind of like broke out of that zone, right? So the price broke out of that zone, made a high, and then as it retested, that's when I sent a signal to the WhatsApp group that, listen guys, like we need to buy and have our SL somewhere along these lines, and then our TP there. But obviously on Friday we had to secure the profits, because with so much happening right now, guys, it's really important for you to secure the amount of money that you make, because you don't know how the market is going to open on Monday. We might have some gaps or stuff like that. So we are fortunate enough to like earn a living from, what am I doing? We are fortunate enough to earn a living from doing all this stuff. So I feel like it will be responsible of us to secure the profit that we make, instead of like being too greedy or stuff like that. I know I sound motivational, so you guys should subscribe, man. So let's carry on with what I was showing you. So let's go back to this trade has been closed, right? So let's go back to the daily time frame so I can show you what I want you to see. So this is what's happening on the daily time frame, guys. I drew a trend line starting from the peak, right? So we had this peak right there. It was on the 17th of December, and then I'm gonna just move the chart really close. And now we're at this peak, and then basically we didn't have, like, the movement was kind of, the price is going downwards, like, as you can see, but it wasn't getting any like visible highs and lows and stuff like that. So this is why I used this this high as a second high, because everything that was going on there is like too tight. And what I always tell, the people that I, like, when I'm teaching how to trade, I always tell the people, like, when it comes to highs and lows, you want to only look at, you only want to acknowledge the highs and lows that are standing out, because everything that's in between there is just gonna make trading extra hard for you, right? So with that in mind, now this is what we have. And then we can see that the price, ever since it broke out, right, ever since it broke out of there, we did secure the profit. But depending on how the market opens, right, like, we can expect to see the price go back up there again. So I'm going to be having a buy stop at the recent high. This, if we can just zoom in, right, and look at this week right there, I'm gonna have a buy stop there, and then I'm gonna take the profit somewhere around there, right? And then depending on what happens, we might see a rejection candlestick pattern, like I was telling you guys, then we can sell again and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go into detail about this in the group, because it's gonna be very easier for my people to trade this one, because we was already trading this one last week and we made money on this. So it's still a viable opportunity, so I don't think we should put it to waste. Let's just go with it. So that's that. Let me see if I got anything else for you guys. Alright, guys, so the last chart I have for you guys is the USDCAD, right? So this chart is on a weekly time frame, and I just want you to look at the lowest low that we had, which was on the 18th of September 2017. That's when our trend line started. So this is a multi-year uptrend that we're looking at, right? So we connect 1 and 2, and then we move it to the current price, and we can see that when we zoom in here, the price is really close to coming back to the trend line. And when that happens, we want to see basically a rejection. If you see a rejection, meaning that the price is most likely to go to the upside, that's when we're going to buy into strength and stuff like that. So this I'm not really going to go into, because you need to see that rejection in the H4 time frame also. No, in the weekly time frame also, I meant to say. So anything in the smaller time frames and stuff like that, it's not really going to be that important in terms of this specific setup that I'm showing you guys. So don't worry about this one. Most probably I'm going to bring it back next week after this week's candlestick operates and we see the close and everything. But now I'm not really going to be trading this one. I'm just going to let it slide and basically wait for the bigger move, which is going to occur when we start making contact with this line. So that's all I got for you guys today in terms of the analysis, the watch list, and all right, so that's all I got for you guys today, right? If you found the video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're growing, fam, we're growing. And thank you guys for it. Thank you guys to everybody that's been subscribed to the channel already. I look tired, right? It's probably because I am tired, but I just want to say, like, the support you guys have been giving the channel is amazing, man. And I don't know, I feel like the sky is the only limit. And like I said, when you get to 2,000 subscribers, that's when I'm gonna do an online course that's gonna be like, step-by-step guide on how to really get to this level and analyze like this. And then that's gonna be that. All right, but in the meantime, just take along, enjoy the ride, and let's get the bag together. All right, check out the WhatsApp group, guys. I've been telling you this in every video. Check out the WhatsApp group, go there, and I'm gonna send all these chats and all these updates during the week. It's gonna be there. All right, so thanks for watching. Peace out.